After all, it is about the country. It is about the motherland. 070-55,949. 080-97,949. Did you listen to Lumumba's speech? Do you agree with him? Do you differ? Do you disagree with Lumumba? Do you disagree with some of the things I've said, my analysis today? Let's talk on phone. Let's indict interesting conversations. 070-55,949. 080-97,949. Safa sapheli sizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe saba yamula mola ayinkokhelize wemaye wemolo safa sapheli sizwe simnyama iwasafa. Hello, good morning. Oh, I lost you. Hello, good morning. Oh, no. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949.
FM 94.9.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárèrè rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Safa sapheli sizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe saba yamula mola ayinkokhelize wemaye wemolo safa sapheli sizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe saba yamula mola ayinkokhelize wemaye ngiyakhala safa pheli sizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe sabantu alamula ayinkokhelize wemaye wemolo. All right, you can join the conversation on 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. While I wait for your call, let's talk about swagger. Swagger. So swagger, Southwest agenda for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Though you can say Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not openly declared his intention to run for president in 2023. The reports and the indications are there. You can see the signs. If you want to know whether it's going to rain or not, what do? You look into the skies. That's what you do. You look at the skies and try to see how the clouds align. Are they light? Are they heavy? Are they pleated? So while Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not declared that he would run for president, the signs are there. And what we had a few weeks ago was the launch of a campaign group that champions the candidature of Bola Tinubu. They call it Swagger 2023. Swagger 23 is led by a former Minister of Works and media advisor to the late Chief Moshood Abiola, that's MKO, Prince Dayo Adeyeye. Chapters have been inaugurated in Osun, Ogun, Ondo, and Ekiti states. And that was after the regional inauguration was done in Ibadan, as far back as December 2020. I hope you remember that Ibadan remains the political headquarters of the Southwest. Swagger is meant to push, to drive, and campaign for Ahmed Tinubu as the next president of Nigeria. You recall that video of northern reps visiting Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London. And when they were leaving, or when the former senator was leaving, you remember what one of them said? He shouted, "See you soon, Mr. President." And that has generated a lot of conversations, a lot of furore. Is Tinubu running for president? Is he not running for president? And there have been arguments for or against the possible candidature of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. While some say, he's the right man for the season if he declares his interest. Some insist, no, it gets worse from here. What do you think? What kind of president do you think Nigeria needs? For those who insist it should be the South, who is it in the South that will run for president and gain the acceptance of a North that prides itself as the most important determinant of who will be president of Nigeria? Swagger is here. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has returned to Nigeria. The PDP also has its own fair number of issues. Now that the chairmanship, the national chairmanship, has been zoned to the North Central, and of course, there is a consensus candidate, HEZEKIAH. Atiku is said to be angry. Are you saying that this presidency will not come to the North? And then Kawu Baraje came and said, no, everybody can run. The primaries will be open. The presidential primaries will be open to everybody. It has been agreed that despite the chairmanship going to the North, anybody in the North who has interest in becoming the presidential candidate of the PDP can still run. So these are the mix of issues we have. NSAS, the fallout of NSAS, the tyranny that was repeated on Wednesday, Swagger for Bola Tinubu. The PDP shenanigans continue. What do you think? I want you to call me and share your thoughts. Join in the conversation. Do you agree? You remember Lumumba? Do you agree with his speech? What kind of president are you looking for? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is from Okebadan.
This is who?
This is Kolawole Kazim from Okebadan.
Nice to have you here.
Yeah. I want to speak on the issue of swagger that you just mentioned. Personally, I hate it. I hate the journalism. I hate it when people are talking about the South, West, the North. I don't think we should be basing our elections based on. And it is this misconception that the North, which you just mentioned, right, that the North determine who become Nigerian president. That is the biggest misconception that I've been hearing all over. No one determines who becomes the president of Nigeria except the Nigerian people. If you look at it, the voting patterns, the North we are talking about, they are not monolithic. There are many people in the North. There are Christians, there are Muslims, there are conservatives, there are liberals in the North. Just as we have it here in the South. So why talking about tribalism and ethnicity? It's to focus on the competency. For a very long time now, since 2019, we've been talking about ethnicity. And the election remains just 14 months, as you just mentioned. And we've not started talking about competency, which is what is the matter, which is what we put on the table of the people. Then, when the election now comes after the parties have nominated their candidates, we now spend like 3 months talking about competency. How do you do that? When we have wasted our time talking about nonsense. For me, whether Tinubu declare or he doesn't declare, I think he needs to come out and tell us how he's going to solve Nigerian problems. Nigerian people should go beyond. Nigerian people are not people like that. And when you look at the voting patterns of Nigeria, my brother, it has never been like that. Jonathan contested against Buhari in 2011, and he defeated Buhari even in some part of the North. How did he do that? And the same Buhari contested against Jonathan, and he defeated Jonathan in some part of the West, of the South, which shows that Nigerian people are not this tribalistic. It is these politicians that are making us want to be tribalistic. We should stop this South here, North here. I think that will not help us. What will help us is for these candidates, whoever wants to become candidates, let them come out. You people should give them platform for them to debate their program. We should be talking about programs now, not where the president, not the Sunni, is leading Lagos. What did he do when he was the governor, even when he was in his state days? What did he do for the people of the state? It was Fasola that actually did something. If actually he wants to if we want to be considering somebody to be president, that should be Fasola, which we know is competent. We have tested that competency. That should be Fasola. We should be talking about. And in the other places, they also let them. My own take is let everybody come out. If you know how to save this country, come out and debate with other people, and let's have cross-partnership ideas, and let's see who the people will choose. Don't choose on the basis of ethnicity. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Kazim. I love your contributions, Kazim. Always comes with unique perspectives on issues. 070-55,949 and 080-97,949. You can share your thoughts and you can go on Facebook. If you don't want to call or you're unable to get through, you can go right on Facebook and write your comments there. I assure you I will read, whether kind to me or not. At 32FM 949 Ibadan on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Thank you. Your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Kolowa.
Your what?
Gide from Kolowa.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yeah. You know the reason why this name keeps popping up? The Tinubu, the articles, the Sharaki. The only reason, okay, let me see. The reasons are, one, they are big and they have the gathered things over the years in this country. So they have the clout to mobilize people, politicians, both in billions and in millions. Now, they have their people, they are influencers, they are, they are there. They own this country. The Saraki's, the Atikus, the Tinubu's. That's the reason why we keep hearing the name. And look at the age too. The age is closer to 80 than to 70. The ages of, two of them. Now, most of them are former governors in this country. So they have benefited a lot from this country. I don't know whether the country have benefited from them. I don't know. I'm not going into that. But they have people who they put at the forefront who will be, clamoring for their candidacy. They have people, they can pay analysts, they go on radio stations. Now, for people to defeat them in the primaries is very tough because they are the ones putting governors there. And in Nigeria, in political parties, governors own the Congress.
That's true.
In every state. Yeah. So there are
even reports. There was even a report yesterday, according to Prince Adeyeye, that 16 APC governors have declared support for Tinubu.
Oh yes, that's what they mean. They own governors. They pay for their job. Now the governors put congresses there and they put them there. And they put the governors will organize the congress people, and the congress people will vote and put them there. So when people come about talking about internal democracy, I wonder what yet for us to do in internal democracy in political parties in Nigeria. Nothing. So Nigeria is soup again, except by divine intervention. So
thank you, brother. Thank you for your thoughts. 07055,949 08097,949. I did an analysis. Perez, are you burning to talk? You want to say something? I know you have thoughts. Okay, so grab a chair and then let's do this. Now, I did an analysis. Unfortunately, I typed the analysis and I was going to post on my Facebook page, and the stuff just disappeared. So I was in a lot of pains. I said, there's no way I'm typing this again. I'd rather talk about it someday. I took my time to think. Tinubu came into political, I don't want to say political relevance, but he came into the political consciousness of the nation when he became governor of Lagos State in 1999. And he rode on the wings of Afenifere. And of course, the party was the Alliance for Democracy. But for the intervention and insistence of Ayo Adebanjo, Tinubu wouldn't have been governor. He wouldn't have even gotten the ticket of the AD. And he has acknowledged that much on many fora. The moment he came in, Tinubu has always had his eyes on the big play. And I'll tell you how. He started making Lagos State economically, revenue-wise, a very strategic hub. Overhauled how revenue generation was done. And then Lagos State gradually started gaining this status of a bigger than the rest state. He did not stop there. Remember his contemporaries were Alhaji Lamadishin of Oyo State, Chief Olusegun Oshobo of Ogun State, Chief Adebisi Akode of Osun State, Ade Farati of Ondo State, the late Ade Farati now, and then Adebayo of Ekiti State. Of these 6, only 4 are alive today, right? Bisi Akode is alive, Ni Adebayo is alive, Tinubu is alive, Oshoba is alive. And out of these 4, please, I'm going somewhere with this. Ni Adebayo is a minister. Olusegun Oshoba is a chieftain of the APC. Adebisi Akode is a chieftain of the APC. Tinubu is a chieftain of the APC. Of these 4, only Tinubu has retained the status of a political heavyweight, whether by crook or by hook. At least if Tinubu sponsors a candidate, Tinubu can say, I'm in control of my state. That's Lagos State. Yes. Oshoba has little or no influence in Ogun State. Bisi Akode has little or no influence in Osun State. Niyi Adebayo in Ekiti State has little or no influence, except for the fact that Fayemi differs to him as a senior, as a father of the party. While Tinubu was busy building a political empire for himself, the question I've always asked is, what were the others doing? The founding of the Nation newspapers came. Within 2 years that the Nation newspaper was founded, it became the second most read newspaper nationwide. Now, TV Continental was founded. Radio Continental, which has been changed to Max FM now, renamed to Max FM now, was founded. And then the cross-media collaborations of the Tinubu political empire continued. And that is why you find that today, in the build-up to this time, Tinubu's machinery has been meticulously oiled to drive towards one direction. And what is the direction? Presidency in 2023. He knows how to play the media. He knows how to run the media. Tinubu doesn't even grant interviews. How many times have you heard him? When an issue happens, an issue of national proportion or an issue that touches the Southwest, what everybody keeps saying is, when will Tinubu talk? When Tinubu knows how to keep you waiting. You wait with bated breath. You want to hear him speak. And only those who control the media control the minds of people, because the media is a tool for control. So that is just to reinforce the point made by Kazim and then the last caller, that look, the media has a role to play, but then the media will not go to people's houses to drag them out. You also need to understand how to play in that space. You need to be able to bring your thoughts to the open. Even if radio stations or TV stations are not inviting you, engage them. Engage them. Put a call through. 2023 is going to be an exciting year. Exciting in the sense that if Tinubu is really running, then I think we're going to see how the media can be deployed to fool people or to convince people. What do you think, Perez?
Well, like you rightly said, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has had it coming for a long time. You could see it from, you see, politics is about planning, it's about having a goal. If you look at it very well, from the beginning, he has been there. He has been on the scene. Even before 1999, he has been there.
With Nadeko.
Yeah, with Nadeko. I saw a picture recently. I was just going to India. I saw Tinubu with Abacha. I saw him with Abacha. Abacha was going out, and then I saw him behind him. And so I was asking, and this guy has been there. He's acting to somebody who can say has paid his dues. Do you understand?
Absolutely. But you can't take that away from him.
And then you could see that he understands how these things are being done. Deploying the press, especially. You could see even before independence, the nationalists. One of the things that differentiated Nigeria's nationalists from those in the West, in the French-speaking places, was because the fact that those in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria, deployed the press.
They were heavily involved in the media.
Yes.
Nnamdi Azikiwe had, I think, the Eastern Pilot or Eastern Herald.
Yes.
Then Obafemi Awolowo here founded the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune.
And even the WNTA, which became the NTA.
NTA.
And so these are people who knew what they were doing. And not to forget that Tinubu took a lot of risk. Remember his travels with Obasanjo. And so those were the things that cemented this man. Like, people were like, oh, so there was this person who could look at Obasanjo. Not to forget the kind of person that Obasanjo is.
He fought him to a standstill.
Yes, Obasanjo is a schemer, a political schemer, who can single-handedly bring anybody down. But this was the same Tinubu who fought him to a standstill, using the machineries of the state, the judiciary. And so, from that point, people began to see his relevance in politics. People began to see that this man was... And not to forget that Tinubu has foot soldiers. That's one thing about... Just like you rightly said, he hardly grants interviews. But without him granting interviews, there are millions...
He's everywhere.
Everywhere. People who are willing to die for him. Not forgetting even the non-actors, the non-political actors in the state. Those we can refer to. Remember the NURTW, the Lagos State. These are people who can who can call the shots, and he has bought all of them, whether by crook or by hook, whatever how you want to put it. He has bought all of them, and so he has been planning it from day one. And so, if you want to compare him to the other ones, the people you've mentioned, they lost their relevancy at a point. Not forget that Tinubu was instrumental. It wasn't that it was the one who single-handedly made sure that this party APC came into
None of
being.
them even got a second term in office. None
None.
of them.
None.
Only Tinubu.
Only
By
Tinubu.
2003, the other 5 were gone.
Yes.
Only Tinubu returned in Lagos State.
Oyinlola,
Yes, Oyinlola, Agagu
and so-
pulled what's his name out of the place.
Yes, and then
Adefarati, Benga Daniels in Ogun State,
Yes.
Ladoja in Oyo State, and then Ayo Fayose
the 5
in
states,
Ekiti State.
The 5 states, just out of the 6, only Tinubu. And so you could see that from time he had it coming. And so when you see him, remember even when he went to London, he was not granting any interviews. It was they went there, they were visiting him, just like it was like a
Everybody went.
just like Jerusalem.
Even Buhari visited.
It was like Jerusalem. And so you could see, and these people understood the fact that this man calls the shots. He can determine what. Remember that politics is who gets what, when and how. And so they understood the fact that this man is a kingmaker, not just in Lagos State.
Okay, let's get this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost you. Yeah, go ahead.
Not
go
just
ahead.
in Lagos State, not just even in the Southwest. There are studies, there are records that shows that Tinubu has gone beyond the shores of the Southwest to be involved heavily in the politics of some states.
He has built in roads in the north.
Yes. Giving money to the market women in Katsina.
Look at what he tried to do in Edo State the last election.
Hello,
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. This is Kolawole Kazim calling back again.
Kalawale, nice to have you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I just want to say this. If you remember Abiola,
Yes.
the exact strategy of Abiola is what Tinubu is using now.
You're very correct. You're very correct.
There is not big difference if you say simply. And if Buhari,
And funny, sorry, Kalawale,
Buhari didn't use media.
Kalawale.
But he used these identifications to the emotions of the people.
The Talakawas.
And I want to urge Nigerians to stop thinking with emotion. Let's start thinking with reason. That is where these politicians normally hate us. We think more with emotion. We use media to sway you to their side, tapping into your feelings and emotions, rather than discussing what actually matters, rather than discussing rather than allow you to reason. And that is why people like Tinubu will continue to use the media propaganda to get to and that's exactly what, if you remember, I think when I also studied mass communications, I remember there was a course I did concerning Concord. You see, I was told in the class that during the night when Concord Abiola was established, Abiola told them one thing, 3 things. He said, don't write anything bad about my family. The second one, don't write anything bad about my political party. The last one, don't write anything bad about my religion. These are the 3 things that is, and when you look at Concord from the day it was rated to the last day he died, if you go and analyze it, you will not see single thing that. So, which politicians normally use this media to get what they want and to tap into people emotion. We should be careful what we listen from the media and make sure we verify what we are consuming for the media. It's very, very important. You guys should help educate this public if you like them. Educate them about critical criticism of journalism. Let them understand that there are ways media manipulate their emotions. Thanks very much.
Kazim, would you hold on?
Okay, sir.
Now, I love your insistence on intellectual engagement ahead of elections. And you see, that is where I stand. And that is what the Podium stands for. That is what 32 FM also advocates. You know, in the United States of America, for example, it is customary and almost compulsory, at least it has not been breached by any president, that presidential candidates, the two leading presidential candidates, the Democrats and the Republicans, must attend at least 3 national debates. And both of them must be there. Their vices or their deputies, if you like, their running mates. Okay, let's put it that way. Will also do one. Now, but in Nigeria, let's go back to 1999. Obasanjo avoided Olufalaye. Do you remember?
He did.
Yes.
I remember the monologue Obasanjo did. I can't forget. It was when I was discussing with my dad. I said, why is this man wearing the color of mourning? Is Nigeria mourning? Now, he avoided Olufalaye. By 2003, Obasanjo and Buhari avoided each other. 2007, Umar Yar'Adua also avoided Buhari at the time. Now, and then Ribadu, they avoided. Was Ribadu in 2011, I think. Now, 2011. Now, Ribadu, Jonathan, Buhari. There was never a time they had a debate. Come to 2015, the same thing happened. 2019, the same thing happened. We have not had a situation where we can say the leading presidential candidates sat or stood side by side to debate. But we have it at state levels. We've had it at state levels.
Sir, let me add you before my credit finishes, sir. Do you know that the U.S. last presidential debate in the USA, do you know the number of people of U.S. voters that watch it? 18.
Kazim, no, you have to call back. You have to call. I love to engage Kazim.
Atiku even showed up for
Atiku showed up for a debate.
He didn't meet Buhari.
He left. He left. And you see, people were blaming him that he should have gone ahead. I said, look, for me, if there is a duel, because the debate was not about the other parties. Yes. It was, other presidential candidates were there.
US, it wasn't just the Democrat and the Republican.
They were the candidates, yes. So if Buhari was not there, what would Atiku be doing there? And I'm thinking, Perez, is it possible to have a situation where INEC makes it compulsory that you must attend? There will be a maximum number of debates, maybe 3 presidential debates, right? And they say, maybe, of course, NTA will be involved. We just have maybe the BON, Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, or what have you. So pretend that. Or maybe an independent body, an independent media body that will select a pool of panelists or interviewers from different media houses. Now, and INEC will say, look, there will be 3. You must attend at least 2. If you do not attend a minimum of 2 debates, you are going to be disqualified. Wouldn't that make sense?
It would make very good sense. However, we know in Nigeria, most of our laws are made on paper. And even when they make those kind of laws, they will still flaunt it. And remember that even Nigerian politicians have very big disregard. You can remember Femi Kaya, the ordinary simple questions. You know how
who is bankrolling you?
And
the man went bananas.
You can imagine. Let alone a presidential candidate, presidential debate. Remember in the US, media houses like the CNN and Fox News, they single-handedly handle this stuff, even outside the sphere of the politics or the government.
I remember the one that was held at the university. I've forgotten. I think it was the second debate between Donald Trump and Biden. Yes. At some point, Trump was actually practically shut down. Yes. When he refused to stop talking, they actually shut him down.
And that you could see the power of the press as the fourth realm of the estate. But you see in Nigeria, those laws can be made. Right? I know they will
flout those laws.
My friend is finished, me.
Kazim, thank you for calling back. Yes, let's go, bro.
I wanted to say, do you know the number of the people that watched their last presidential debate? 80 million watched that last presidential debate. Tell me, how would they not be well informed before they go to poll? Tell me. If you look at the debates done by the Democrats during their own primary alone, it was up to 10 debates. Yeah. They had before a candidate emerged. The people over there, they are well informed. That's not to all debates. A secret will not be revealed. And that's what you know. And if you look at if you analyze the candidates, the party debate, you will discover that people were thinking that they had more popularity. It began to drop as people got more information about them. I can remember the first president, Kamala Harris, had 76 points after she had 1 point before. After the first, she had 17 points. After the second debate, when she was knocked down by this woman, what's her name? I've forgotten her name. She was knocked down on the debate, and the rating dropped from 17 to 3, and they never recovered. That is how you see a very effective leader.
Kazim,
yes, sir.
You remember?
Yes, sir.
I just have to make you laugh. Do you remember how our own presidential primaries here are done? do you remember how we do our presidential primaries here? A carnival of embarrassment, a carnival of disgrace. I don't get it. I mean, people just come on stage and dance and say all sorts of nonsense. I'm not sure you can even pick any substantive talk out of all they say.
Out of all, you don't even know the ideology, the program of the candidates of your party, what you put for the party, the candidate emerges. So I think that is where the problem is. We need to find it, and you think that to help out. In USA, where we are talking, which we are talking about, it is not even the candidate that even pays the guys that pay for this thing. That's the media house, for example, your own media house. We put out some candidates, we organize the debate. People will advertise, the advertiser will come in and they will advertise. And people want to watch the debate. And you media should put attention on that. I think that is how we can save this country. If these candidates don't have money, okay, just look at Hillary. He had money. But Trump defeated her handsomely because Trump had more better programs than he did. So, and it was because of the media attention that was also given to Trump that actually, so we need media to come in and not saying the candidate should pay more, because the last one they did in Oyo. And another problem we have with our debate here in Nigeria is some debates, people be like, for example, you want to have debate, you are doing debate in English language. How many of our mothers are
absolutely the debate, yeah.
So the debate will be conducted in local language. You can also do the English language. The major ones will be conducted in the local language that people speak, and even the national ones, we can translate it. You can have translators. I mean, you media need to help us. Thank you.
Thank you, Kazim. I appreciate you. That's a very important one. How, even when we conduct the debates, how do we, in what language do we many times we are very elitist in our approach.
And then I think one of the biggest weapons that the political class uses against Nigerians is the fact that they know that we have a big comprehension issue. Like, for example, the issue of stomach infrastructure. They know that a lot of Nigerians should I use uneducated, politically uneducated, the lack of political enlightenment. And so even when you have those debates, do we have a society that is
able to comprehend
those things? And so that, I think most times even the political class intentionally make the people poor, because
they weaponize poverty.
Yes, because they know it is a tool for them when elections come around.
Okay, let me read some comments because our time is running to a close. Ozo Francis Omaga Nnamani writes, watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Good morning from here and happy weekend to everyone. I love your program. Thank you, Ozo. Nice to hear from you. Ibrahim Bashir Biola writes, my regards to 32 FM and the Podium crew. Just joined the program, but I can say it will be a disappointment to me if Tinubu shows ambition for president in 2023. Well, I prefer him to be a kingmaker and wish he can help Nigeria gain recognition, respect, and rights aside political party game. Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. All those who sent in messages to hail us, we appreciate you. Thank you. And Sean Perez, thank you. I mean, good thoughts. Thanks to everyone who called in today. I'm signing out today, tomorrow to return as your bishop on radio at 6 p.m. on Gospel Cruise. Let's believe that Nigeria will be fine. We'll keep discussing, we'll keep engaging, and gradually we'll come out of the woods. Maybe as we are, or in our component parts. For me, I've always told you where I stand. Restructure or everyone goes to your tent or Israel. Next Saturday, we'll be back with some more interesting edition of this program. I'll close out today with Truth Don't Die by Femi Kuti. HEZEKIAH AKINRINDE says good morning.